Okay, Trevor, we're back here again. How many times have we been here?
Been here a few times now, Jeff.
So what's on today's agenda?
So we're going back to Ah Choon's store site down at the side of East Creek, just before it connects with Cascade River. And we're going to do a bit of fossicking about, see what we can unearth there, and press on a little bit further. There's other Chinese campsites, and have a quick look around them and just see what we can explore.
So who was this Ah Choon?
Well, Ah Choon was an early Chinese tin miner and store owner, and there's a photo of him here. This is in 1926 from the newspaper, and that's the man himself there, in amongst other noticeable early tin miners.
Right. Ah Choon was born in Canton, China in 1860. He was 20 when arriving at Launceston in Tasmania in 1880 aboard the steamship SS Flinders. Ah Choon was naturalised in 1899 at the age of 38, then living at the Cascade River, Derby. So we should be able to find it a bit easier this time, should we?
Yeah, we should be able to go directly there without sort of getting waylaid.
Our task was to locate Ah Choon's store, which in the 1880s was located in the upper reaches of the Cascade River. An early mining map showed the location and a number of water races leading to the vicinity of the store. From our starting point at the end of a logging track, we had to descend a steep spur and locate the water race. This would then follow to Ah Choon's store location, or at least that was the plan. In 2024, the Cascade Valley is thickly forested, thanks to Tas Forestry's plantations started in the late 1960s. Back in 1951, there were large areas still clear of native forests, and the signs of past mining endeavours seen as light-coloured areas where alluvial tin mining had taken place since the 1880s. Many Chinese miners worked the area between the 1880 and the early 1900s. Most lived in small huts at the mine sites. Even in 1969, there were still large areas of open space, though the alluvial diggings had been vegetated. We had been looking for this site a number of times, and on one trip I lost my 360 video camera. Hopefully, retracing our earlier route, we might find it with the use of a metal detector. I hadn't lost the camera at this stage, so...
That's right, you had it in your hand. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean about the three rows.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 rows here, too.
Yeah.
Right, so you were holding it in your hand here.
Yep,
so
I definitely had it all the way through here, until we got to the cleared bit.
Yeah, that's right.
And I can remember you turning round and saying to me, how are we going?
Yeah,
And I said, we're heading a bit too far left.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's a well-worn track here now.
Oh, I think you might have come through this way.
Yeah. No, search.
We've looked all through this. Yeah. That's our early track there.
Yeah.
You can see we've been there many times. But you're still holding it then, of course.
Yep.
And I think we went down here, didn't we? Is that the white branch that you ducked under? Do you think that might have been it?
No. I think it might have been that one back there on the track.
Oh.
I think I lost the sequence of events.
Well, that ducking down may not have been a factor.
No.
Somewhere here, this is where it changes. Somewhere here,
Yeah.
not too much further at all. Somewhere
That's right.
here.
I thought it was about here.
Yeah.
But I put the camera away.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I'd come out of the... At this stage, we are still descending the spur on our way to the water race, while keeping an eye out for the lost camera. Yeah. But that's initially where we were, a bit too far.
You might have came this way as well, yeah.
I mean, we've been up and down here so many different directions, parallel. Even though we had been here quite a few times, it was easy to become disorientated in patches of thick scrub.
You've got to take one wrong turn, don't you? Yeah. I'll just cut through here. I would have thought we'd seen some sign, but... Follow you or no?
This aerial simulation shows our progress down the spur. In the background you can see the Cascade Dam and Derby. At the bottom of the spur we found the water race, so now we had to follow it around to the store site. We had been able to superimpose information from 1914 mineral lease maps over current topographical maps. The old water races were cut along the contour lines of the countryside, so walking was theoretically easier on level ground. However, thick vegetation sometimes necessitated detours. Imagine the poor blokes who had to dig this race. Hey? They wouldn't have had any maps. The Helen Vivian mark is too far east.
Yep. According to me, we were within about 50 metres of her mark.
Yeah. And that's where we turned off and headed up across the ridge, but we won't do that today. We'll keep on heading basically at right angles to where...
What do you think there, Jim?
Well, basically follow the water race, I think, or that direction. One of these races was actually named Ah Choon.
Yep.
It's actually marked on the mineral. This is actually a bigger race, isn't it?
Oh, it's much bigger. Look at the amount of dirt piled up.
Ah, right. So they wore out their shovels. They had shovels to wear out, they were determined to wear them out.
How many yards a day would you dig though? How many weeks and months work here? It's incredible.
Might be surprising how much they can progress they can make.
They, because they didn't use machinery and didn't dig big holes, they basically had to rely on taking water from great distances, didn't they? That was basically like that. You might find a patch of tin, and then you'd have to go up the creek or to another creek to find how you could bring the water down to get enough pressure.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
I guess you'd do that before you took the lease out, and maybe investigate all that.
after leaving Ah Choon's water race, we took a shortcut across level ground, heading towards where we had plotted the hut site. But where did they come from?
Yeah, well, we didn't notice it the other day, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there.
No, I don't think we came this way exactly.
Not really, no.
We had the luxury of modern GPS satellite technology to guide us through the bush.
So you can go that way and come round, or we can go through here. Well, we're not the only ones trying to eat something.
No.
Oh yeah, right, here we go. So we swing around now.
reckon that tape's been put up since we came here first.
Well, a bit further, there was a bit laying on the ground like it was deteriorated though.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was new, but...
Well, when we get to the actual, it'll be interesting when we get near the pig oven to see whether that's taped, because there definitely wasn't any tape there when we came through.
They worked all this round out through here. That's why that race was coming down, so they could sluice this. Quite a good place over in there, Jeff.
Fun?
Good place in there where they've been working.
Yeah. Yeah, quite a substantial hole. There's also more down this way towards East Creek as well.
Yep. Interesting, about 240 metres away from Vivian's.
Is her site back that way?
Yeah, oh yeah, way back.
Yeah, well we're heading...
About 240 metres.
That's right, we're heading more towards where the store is and where the pig oven is.
I wonder if there's more sites back here, Jeff.
Well, probably. I mean,
Maybe.
well, there's a possibility.
Ah Choon's reported as having a cement floor in his pig pen,
Oh,
which was remarkable for the time, apparently.
where did you find that out from?
Oh, that's in either Vivian's or something else.
Ah,
Yeah, so
well, that should still be around.
I'm nearly one. Yeah, well, that's right. It's too cement, you're actually on the store, but I'm wondering if this is not more miner's huts and the store might have been back up there where she recorded.
And Sadie wants to glass. This is part of it. This might be a part of it. So the dozer came in from, you'll see it as we get over that side. He came in, he doesn't appear to have gone past, but he might have. It's not obvious he went past.
Yeah.
But he came through here somewhere. So he came a couple of different paths here, and then might have went back or might have pressed on. But I had the idea he didn't go any further.
Should be shot.
So this is the main part of the store from here on. Hut side.
Look at this is fresh as. Somebody's been here.
Oh, that's really
That's
new.
yesterday. They've still got footprints in the dirt.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
Here's the opium tins.
At the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
I reckon it's where Chris Brown and Philip Bounday were yesterday.
Right.
A coincidence.
Because I think we didn't actually show him the map, did we?
There you go.
But we did tell him we went in from that log landing.
Philip
You
Bounday
showed
was-
him the road we went in on.
Philip
Yeah.
Bounday was on Facebook last night saying that him and Chris had been out all day yesterday
Well, that's it.
on the site without finding anything,
Well, that's,
Ah,
well, anything worthwhile.
any
maybe.
coins anyway. They had a few other bits and
Yeah,
pieces.
anything of value.
Some
ah.
of these tins have got Chinese writing on them, which if you know some of these Chinese, they can actually read it, but it's some brand of opium.
All right.
Oh, someone must have got a new boot.
Good message there.
Ah, there's a good old Tasmanian. Oh no, that's a Melbourne bitter. Melbourne bitter.
That recent, fairly recent.
No, that's about 1900. That's a Tasma.
That one there, look.
Yeah.
Oh, he's working for it.
Yeah.
Same one.
I reckon there's white in here after.
God, look at it all. There's stuff everywhere.
Yeah. Different Tasma bottles,
Yeah.
beer bottles.
Oh, well, it's a bit thirsty work up here.
Oh yeah.
There's one over there, look, it's shining in the sun. No.
Got the map of Tassie on it. Another later one. I picked up some of these on the farm.
Yeah.
Out there in a hole on the farm. Yeah.
There's a pot over there, look, broken pot. Plenty of stuff here.
Yeah, well, it's recorded as being covered in bottles. I reckon they must have had a pretty fair old go at the time.
Why'd they throw that away?
That's you can see the forging marks where it's
Yeah.
been forged together.
Yeah.
And that's the old cross-cut saw.
Dad, see if you can find the rest of it.
So you just found that sitting on the ground?
Yep.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, so there's another
Yeah.
one through there. Oh,
That'll clean up nicely.
Yep.
Is that the first Chinese? That wouldn't have been the first Chinese coin you found, though, is it?
No.
Oh, well, it makes the trip worth it, doesn't it?
Yep.
That's great.
Oh, they had a pistol as well.
A what?
Here's a pistol shell.
Oh.
That's about probably a 38. 38 Webley Smith and Wesson short, I'd say.
The large amounts of broken liquor bottles suggest that this area was probably a gambling house meeting place, as well as having a pig oven for ceremonial occasions.
I reckon this has all been pushed up by the dozer here.
Yeah,
Look at these big gouges through here, Jeff. That's a straight line there. That hole.
it looked like...
Actually, he's dug in here and he's pushed downhill, hasn't he?
Yep.
Here's the amount of dirt down here below us. This is where he pushed it to. I think it's rubbish.
Yeah, there probably are whole pots here somewhere unbroken, but finding them...
And New South Wales bottle.
That's completely intact.
No.
Just got the
Oh, just a little bit. Yeah. New South Wales.
New South Wales bottle company.
Well, from what I gather, the Chinese merchants in Scottsdale, in Launceston, they imported all the stuff from all over the place, China and everything, and then it was carted out here. But they had agents in Launceston who dealt with all that kind of commercial side of it. Yeah. Okay, Trevor, so we're standing here in the middle of a forest. Where exactly are we?
All right, we're up at the East Creek, which comes off the side of Cascade River, and we're on the site of Ah Choon store. He was a Chinese storekeeper, and on this site there's the remains of a hut sites. There's a pig oven, a fairly intact pig oven, quite a good one, and what I think is the site of a vegetable garden, and many broken bottles. Yes, everywhere you look there's broken glass and metal laying about. Quite a few broken cast iron pots.
Yes.
There's more of them over that way. There's quite a few more of them. So you must have spent a good deal of time here.
Yeah, I can see the pots and stuff down here.
Yeah, well there's at least another 3 or 4 on that.
Yeah. That looks like a gin bottle, that square bottle.
Yes, I agree, yeah. They call
Pottery.
soy sauce. Oh yeah, that's a nice one, yeah. Another one there. They all got thrown out and smashed. They might have been smashed when he finished using them.
Yeah.
But they're certainly smashed now. Even down there, there's more glass all down there.
Oh man, there's heaps.
Out in there.
Yeah. Pots there, look, and
Good pot there, and there's a good pot there as well. Oh, yeah, that's it. Another one there. Take that one here.
I reckon there would have been a lot of coins come off this site in the early days.
so is this do you reckon this is a currency coin or is it just a...
Oh, they're all cash.
Oh no, it's
they're all cash coins.
Yeah.
That's the little one we just got. That's the one that Xavier found.
Yeah, it is smaller, a lot smaller, isn't it?
Mm.
That's in pretty good nick, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, that one will clean up well.
It'll clean up really well. That.
That's a nice one there. That almost looks a bit modern, that one. But that's a nice one.
Yeah.
All there. All that there. That might come off that one, I guess. That white.
What's that, a big iron pot
like
of some kind?
Like a stewing pot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Obviously got another leg there and with a handle on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe just heating water.
You say the pig oven's down through this way, is it?
Pig, probably another 30 metres that way, and there's some hut sites there, and it's quite a spread out site.
Well, here we are at Ah Choon's, we think is Ah Choon's hut site. And here's the gentleman we've been talking about. This photograph was taken in 1926. He's the only Chinese in the photograph, and there's the only Chinese name, so I assume that is Ah Choon. On our first visit to Ah Choon's store site, we discovered an unknown Chinese pig oven, hidden by a large tree fern. In 1985, Helen Vivian documented the site, but failed to mention the pig oven. Tree growing up right through the middle of it. Yeah. Best preserved pig oven I've seen. Look at the stonework inside.
It's an extremely good example of a Chinese pig oven.
And so, can you explain what they use these for actually?
Well, they cook pigs in them, and they hung the pig vertically, and they would have had a timber across the top, legs tied through the legs of it, and they had the fire underneath, the opening there for the coals and the fire, and the pig, this part's missing of course, so it would have continued through here, and the pig got cooked inside there.
I can taste it already.
It's beautiful.
They wouldn't have done this kind of every week, would they, do you think?
No, you'd think it'd only be special occasions. Yeah, certainly for New Year's and those sort of occasions. They were quite big on that. And they would have had other special days in Chinese calendar that I'm not aware of, but they would have had them.
Ah Choon was a miner, butcher and storekeeper. And like Ah Moi, he would buy pigs from local farmers, especially for the Chinese New Year celebrations. Unlike most butchers, Ah Choon's piggery had a concrete floor and was washed out every day. His store supplied liquor, pottery, cooking gear and pork. He also used horse and cart to hawk his wares to the miners in this region. This site would have been full of sound, light and activity during the Chinese New Moon celebrations, held between January and February each year. There would have been fireworks, lanterns and cooking of pigs for the festival.
Now this is what I thought might have been a vegetable garden. It's a flat bench cut into the side.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So for some reason, I think it's got a little water, a tiny water race coming to it, like to water it, but I can't, I'd have to recheck all that.
Okay, well we'll wander off, see what we can find. What's the, is that a pot lifter or something?
Well, that's a handle.
That you could hook things out? Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's had on the end of it, but
Interesting, the stuff they left behind, isn't it?
no, that's the thing. I can't believe it. It all costs money.
Yeah. Leaving Ah Choon's hut site, we headed down East Creek to look for some other Chinese sites. Don't cross the creek. Stay on the...
I've been everywhere, but I'm still struggling to get your internet up to speed. You scrunch that up, put it in your bag. Do not move it. You no good, Roger?
I've got a lot of learning to do.
I won't lose bloody a lorry wrapper in you.
Straight ahead.
Yeah, we're going to follow this creek down until it joins the other one.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's not very far now. Pretty deep little creek.
Oh, look at that. Underneath the roof.
Oh, over there, right? Are you across the creek? In 1952, there were large areas clear of thick vegetation, especially where mining had occurred.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
No, we're just here, coming up to it now.
There's not a lot there, but there's a bit there.
Sorry?
There's another site just through here,
Yeah.
one of those red dots. There's not a lot there, but just bits and pieces. So I thought if you could just GPS it.
Yep.
It's in a bit of a low-lying spot. It doesn't make sense to put it there, but some of it may have made it right.
Kurt found another Chinese coin,
Oh, well done.
small one.
Right, yep. So it's just through here, there's a bit of glass there,
Oh yeah.
but the bulk,
Bottle.
yeah, and the bulk is more sort of up here.
Oh, so this is the
You rake through this, you'll probably find a nice careful with it.
Bit wet.
Probably come through there. Yeah, that's it. I'll put it over there. But there's just that one there. I think that's the. Oh, there's more up there and a bit of tin.
Pretty overgrown.
Yeah, so they might not have been a campsite. Might
Oh.
have just been thrown here later. But up there you can just see a bit of tin on the side of that embankment. That's tin mining stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a bit of glass.
Yep.
So,
Some kind of sieve kind of thing.
yeah.
The pretty wet old area.
Yeah, wouldn't have thought you'd spend much time. Couple of bits of ceramics there, and just bits and pieces, glass.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's not always obvious. I might just have to get myself a GPS.
Hmm.
Right, there's the GPS. I was almost not going to bother with it, but I thought, well, I fell in a bit of time.
There's a fork, look.
Yeah, yeah, so get there.
Bit of pottery.
And I think I found 2 bottles here. 2 of my bottles I got at the museum.
Oh, actually, that were unbroken.
Yeah, I think they came from here. They'll be marked on it.
Right through that bit of sea through there, there's quite a big... Kenrick 4 pints.
Oh, look here.
So look at that one, mate.
Coffee pot.
Yep.
I see. Oh,
Oh, top of the gin bottle.
Need the handle.
that's pretty cool. I still got the lid.
Yeah.
So obviously this was a hut site.
Oh yeah.
This was the flat cutting.
Okay.
Further along than I thought. I remembered it back there, but. And most likely some sort of
Chimney.
base. With the flat cutting, that's the corner there, goes
Yep.
across. And it had a noticeable drain cut around the edges. Can't notice it now though. But this tree probably wasn't here.
Eureka something or other.
What is it?
It says, look, Eureka.
Okay, Xavier. I think this might be the find of the day, mightn't it? That's pretty.
Maybe.
Didn't find it.
Hey?
Yeah, I didn't find it.
Oh.
That's favouritism, Roger. I want one too.
That's good.
Yep.
Actually, the label, is that the label still on it? Or is that
No, I
just
think it's just-
part of the glazing just
Yeah.
broken away?
Look at the frost.
Oh, that, yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Good one, Roger.
So that's at least 4 to 5 Chinese containers from this
Yeah,
side.
well, that
Roger's
ain't-
gone straight to the top of the table.
eh?
He's gone straight to the top of the table.
Yeah.
There was one at the bottom before.
Saying you thought this might have been a European site.
Oh yeah. Ooh. But I found those 5 or 4 containers.
Oh, yeah. Well, it could have been both. It could have been an early
Yeah, it
Chinese
could have
site taken over by Europeans. Because that's what happened. And when Ah Choon left in 28, went back, well, I think he went back to China, or he sold his mine to Europeans, so...
Yeah, so I'll get them photos out. There must be in an album. I'll
Yeah.
email you
Yep, that'd be good.
a copy of them.
And they came from this site.
Some of them did, but
Yeah.
I've got them marked on them.
Yeah.
But the ceramics all did. Do you think it's worth GPSing the river crossing for another time?
Could do, yep.
It's actually not that far, and it's
Yeah.
quite so the river's actually not that far at all.
Right.
Closer than I thought.
This is the Cascade River, where Trevor had crossed on his first visit to Ah Choon's store site 20 years ago. It is a fitting place to start the ending to our adventure, as it was this river that over millions of years brought down the alluvial tin from the granite mountains in the district. In April 1927, at the Derby Town Hall, Ah Choon and Ah Wee tendered a complimentary picture show for the public. The hall was crowded to capacity, and Mr. H. Priestley presented a silver-mounted blackwood walking stick to Ah Choon on behalf of the children of Derby. Mr. H. E. Spotswood presented each of the hosts with a suitably engraved silver cigarette case. Ah Choon had recently returned from a visit to his children and son in China. He was well known for his cheerful, happy nature, and for years had provided Christmas presents for 20 to 30 children of Derby. Despite his long residency here, he had not completely mastered the language. In returning to Tasmania, he said, "China no good, too much war, come back to Australia, get more tin."